Hello. Happy Monday to everybody. Sorry, we're just a couple minutes late. Hello, Linda. All right, getting people on here, okay? So, announcements. Tomorrow we have the Kimberbell DDE. I think Christine's going to jump in and help us out with that while Kate and Amanda are still gone. And then on Wednesday, Patrick and I have Bernina Club. So, and I'm just going to assume that my part's going to be pretty small because he's the one that has all the fun information for you guys. So, I can't wait to see what he brings back and lets us all know of things that are coming up. On the 4th and the 5th, we are going to be closed this week. So, 4th, we won't have any kind of live or anything like that. And then the 5th, if you guys are local, our stores will also be closed. Okay. And then next week, we have Viking Club on Wednesday. And then next weekend, so that would be the 12th, we have the Kimberbell event. That is Hello Pumpkin. So super cute. It's got some fall designs on there. And a super cute event. And because we're about 2 weeks out, I would imagine if we don't have them in or arriving today or so, those kits should be getting in here pretty soon. And then just to do a quick announcement, we do have next month, well, basically next month. I keep calling today July. All day it's been, next month. So in August, we do have a 2-day hands-on event here in the Littleton store. It is called Stitch Trip. And in that event, so again, 2 days, we're going to do embroidery on a ball cap, on a scarf, I think a luggage tag, and a postcard. So it'll be some cute designs on those 4 things. And again, that's a 2-day event. It's $129 for the 2. But if you attend those, we actually have a 3rd class on the Saturday. So the 7th and the 8th is the 2-day for the hands-on. And then the 3rd day on the 9th, which is the Saturday, we do have a hoop camp as well. And if you attend the 2 hands-on days, then the hoop camp day will be free. If you want to just come for the hoop camp, that is just a lecture. That is a $40 fee. Okay, so let us know if you want to do that. I think we are kind of starting to get to the point where people are signing up a lot, and I think there's about 10 or so, don't quote me on that, but about 10 or so spots. So Nancy, I don't know the answer to that. I can find out for you. So speaking of postcards, I have this cute one, which I think was also a previous OESD event. So kind of an idea as to what it's going to look like. I don't remember what the actual saying for this event is going to be, the Stitch Trip. But this is kind of just the feel of what you're going to get. It's nice, heavy duty paper, and then you'll get the cute lines on there to write your address and in section for notes and stuff. But this, as a sample, this is going to be what we're giving away today for our winner, and this is going to go to Miss Lynn Nowkowski. So I will put this in the Thornton transfer for you, and it will be up there, and they'll let you know when it gets there. Okay. And then I do actually have a fabric bundle. I know it's not Friday, but you know what? It's just such cute fabric. I couldn't help myself. So we got this really cute floral fabric in. So kind of, I don't know what the word, it's almost like the colors in it are kind of tropical. But cute floral print. Okay, with the peach and the orange. Love it. Or the pink and the orange. So then we got a purple to go with that. And a white. And a cute green. And then I found this pink stripe that I love. So this bundle is called Freshly Picked. And it is 5 half-yard cuts for $29.99. Okay, and it is online and available for you to add it to your cart. I think I hit save. If not, it will be as soon as we're done with live. Okay, so today's project is something that I'm kind of picking up. I know you guys had done a few of the months from the Count on It book, so doing the little block of the month pieces, and I think we had done all the way up to May, so I'm getting June's done here on live today. Okay, so these patterns are from a book called Count on It From Art to Heart, and it has super cute little wall hangings, little hanger pieces, if you haven't seen them. So there's one for every month, and then you can do ones where it's just like a cute little cupcake, and then you can put a name in there with like the date, or there's Christmas ones and you can do a countdown. They are super cute. So the book is $18 and you get all those different designs, and then all the applique patterns and stuff are in here too. So super cute. And we are going to be working on June's. So you've got the cute bee and it says June down the side. So thanks, Nancy. So we're going to work on this one today. I'm working on the 990. So the stitches and stuff that I'm going to be saying that I'm using, that's what they're all going to refer to. And I just realized I have threads all over me. So, I did trace all of my applique shapes onto Steam-A-Seam. Okay, and then I cut around my shapes, not on my line, but kind of around, giving myself a little bit of extra. And then peeled one side of the paper, fused that to the back of my applique fabrics. And then once they were fused and had cooled down, then I trimmed them directly on the line. And that's how I get our cute little shapes here. Okay, and they do still have one side of the paper on that I still need to peel and fuse as soon as we are ready for those pieces. Okay, I did kind of just lay out, let me turn this around so you guys can see, and I did just lay out all my little applique pieces kind of in the area that I want, so I kind of know where I'm going as I lay pieces down. So typically with applique, you want to work base up. So this wing piece is one giant piece here. So I have my B sitting on top of it. I have some of my letters overlapping here. So you're just going to want to make sure you start with the piece that's going to be on the absolute bottom and then build up from there. Okay. And then we'll play with some fun stitches as well. So I'm going to move you guys over here. Okay. Because some of these applique shapes do cross up and into the border, you do want to make sure you have your background fabric and then your borders placed as well. And then once I created this whole background and border unit, I put Ultra Soft on the one I'm working on today, but you could put like SF101 or the Kimberbell fusible backing, any of those. All right, make sure my little Aliso iron is on. Okay, so I'm going to take off some of my pieces here. Actually, pretty much all of my pieces except for the wing. And I will show you my process here. Okay, so, all right, so again, this piece was one giant piece, and it does still have the paper on the back, so I do need to peel this off so I can kind of, on the edge, create a little cut there, and then peel this paper, which I'm gonna have to pick it up, guys, sorry. Oof, it is stuck on there good. All right. And so when I peel off this piece, the sticky is still stuck onto my fabric. And then it also makes it so that my applique piece is repositionable if I need to move it before I officially fuse it down. So I'm going to line up my straight edge here, kind of right into my seam. Press this down. And then I'm going to trim these little hairs here. And then now that I have it in a spot that I want it, now I can fuse it with the iron and the steam to really get it stuck down. Okay. Okay. And so now I'm going to use my Aliso over here and oh my goodness, it just fell off of my off of my fabric. Okay. There we go. Alrighty, so we've got this cute little decorative stitch that I'm going to use to applique this piece down. So on the Bernina, I'm going to change my stitch. Okay, so I'm going to go here in our decorative stitches to menu 1 and scroll up till I get to number 137. Okay, which is this cute little leaf stitch. And then I've already played with it so it remembers what I did, but this is actually how it comes in with the leaves pointing up. And I went to my edit and I mirror imaged it up and down versus left and right, and that's how I get them down, and then they look a little bit more like wings. So I thought that was kind of cute. Okay, and then I've got an open toe foot. So with the Bernina, that's the 20 foot. So I've got that on, but I do want to change the color of my thread really quick. Okay. So did you guys all watch the live that Kate and Patrick and Amanda did from Bernina University yesterday? It was awesome. I am so excited about the whole Warner Brother thing. I am a huge Harry Potter nerd. Okay, and then I also wanted to change the width of my stitch because I was just playing around with it earlier and I got it to a dimension that I liked, so I changed it to 8.3 in width and 7 in length. Okay, All right, so then we're just gonna go around our piece here. Turn on my little laser too so I can really figure out where I'm going. So this is really just to show you that you don't have to do blanket stitch every time, or even just a straight stitch with your raw edge. You can incorporate some cute little decorative stitches as well. And then you're able to, oh my gosh, Karen, wasn't that gorgeous? And then definitely when you're going through some of those curves, anytime you need to stop and pivot, just kind of remember where you're at in your sequence too. That way you don't have a stray stitch going off somewhere that you don't want it to go. I loved everything in that Amanda Murphy booth. All right, so there is that cute oh my goodness, fold over, leaf stitch on the edge of those wings. Okay, then we're gonna come over here. I'm gonna put you down because I'm gonna sneeze. Oh, excuse me. Okay, so now we're going to come over here and I'm going to start building my bee. All right. Put you guys where you guys can see. Okay. So you guys are looking at it like this. Okay. And then our bee piece. So, and I even actually like took my pieces and I numbered them so I knew which one went where. Not that really on a bee should be too hard, but okay, so we've got piece 1, but then I'm gonna put the black pieces on top, have them overlap a little bit. So, oops, that's number 4. So I'm going to have the black pieces kind of be on top a little bit of our gold pieces. So it'll be a little bit more like this. So I'm going to peel and fuse kind of wonky here. Not in order, I mean. Okay, and again, this is all repositionable until I apply the heat in the steam. So if I need to unstick and lift and move, I can. Okay. And I'm not going to actually fuse any of the black pieces down. I just want to get the positioning for all the gold pieces, because I'm going to stitch the gold pieces first. Okay, he's getting a little crooked. Here we go. Get that edge down. Put this one underneath. Okay. Do our 4th piece. Okay, this side will go on top. And then we got his little butt. All right, so then his little bottom goes under here.
I saw that too in the picture. Yeah, when I started about 9 years ago.
Okay, so now that I have all the gold pieces in place, I'm going to peel off and kind of stick and move them over here to the side. I'm not going to apply any heat to those, but I'm going to apply heat to my gold pieces so that they are forever stuck where I want them. Okay. Okay. And we're going to take this over to the machine. I'm going to change my thread. We'll change my stitch. Okay, so I'm now going to go to, it's kind of like a grass stitch. So I'm getting out of that first menu, first folder for decorative stitches, and I'm going to go into menu or folder 4 and then stitch number 418. And it kind of brings up this like zigzaggy like grass kind of a stitch, and it makes it look like the fuzzy, I don't know, bees have fur, right? Something like that. Just that fuzzy stitch. here on RB. So, and then I did change this one's dimensions to 8.1 in width and 5.5 in length. So, and again, I'm doing the gold first, so I'm going to change to gold thread. And then we'll do the black in the same stitch in the same dimensions once we fuse those pieces in place. And I am not going to go around the whole piece of yellow. I'm just going to do, well, this one I'm going to do mostly that. I'm going to go around, and then these two ones I'm going to go on the side, and then just the bottom curve here. Okay. So, just kind of centering the edge of my applique piece with my foot. Having to pick up and pivot my fabric a little bit more on this one. What's nice about this stitch is that it's kind of like a messy stitch. So even if you have it, not perfect, it totally hides that. Okay. All right, then we're gonna do the edges here. Go around this bottom curve. All right, and then this last side for the gold. All right, so then we're gonna take it back to our little pressing station, so that way we can put the black pieces on permanently and get those stitched down. All right, so now those are fused on. So we're gonna change to a black. Okay, and I'm not going to change any of my settings on the stitch, but I am going to go around all 4 sides basically of these black pieces. It's not really one of those like pivoting kind of stitches, so I'm just going to trim and replace and start over. So last side for this piece, and then we'll do the last other one. I forgot to turn off the walking tie off on this one, so that's why on some of them I'm pivoting when it ties or secures, because otherwise I'll have black stitching where I don't want black stitching. last side. Okay, so that's kind of the cute little, which way does he go? Goes this way. Cute little feel for a fuzzy bee. Okay, then we're gonna put our lettering on. So we'll go back over here. I'll bring you guys over. So we're gonna start with the U of all things. Oh shoot, I forgot to put the bee's head on. Whoops. So we're gonna go around him with the black thread too really quick. Forgot about that.
Hi. What can I do for you today? I got a birthday gift I have to get, so I want to know what kind of fun and things you have.
Use this one down.
The quilters. What does this person have already? Oh, a lot of stuff. Okay, we've got probably a lot of fun fabric. We've got some books. No fabric, no books. Okay.
Okay, go fuse or stitch this one on, and then we'll do our letters. Oops is right. Okay. This one's gonna be extra fun because it's all just one really big curve. Okay, there we go. There's his head. And then we're gonna do our June letters. All right. So the U is kind of underneath the J and the N. So I'm going to place him first. Some of these letters are so small, and then you've got like a lot of curves and nooks and crannies going on. So we're just going to do a regular blanket stitch on here with kind of a smaller stitch width and stitch length. Normally I change it to a 3 and 3. But I'm going to leave it at default here because it's just, they're kind of tiny. Okay, pretty sure that's where it's gonna live, but we'll place the other letters first before we truly fuse it. All right, so we've got our N.
That goes good though, too, huh? Yeah, it does. It goes good with these. Yep. Yeah. Yeah, I needed these two for a quilt. For, a project, trying to do my UFOs. Oh. And my sister and I do them each year. And this month's June's UFO, I hadn't even looked at until last night. And you're talking about June? I understand. And so I went and opened it up and started sorting.
All right, so we've got our E here. One of the other things I like about this book too is that some of the letters, it gives you like different either styles or like an uppercase and a lowercase. So you can kind of mix and match them and make them look all cute.
Yeah. Why not? And then use the fabric for something else. Exactly what I've been doing, just putting it back on this.
Okay, I think I want to raise this up a little bit.
But this one, I really would like to do it. It's a Julie Meyer. Oh, yeah. And so I really like to finish it, but here's the deal. I didn't have all the fabric I needed, and it's hard to match the old colors from. You just had somebody else in here trying to do that too. Yeah, it's hard. It's really hard. So I'm going to try these and see if these will look good with it, and then I'm going to go on them. That's perfect. So. But anyway, so I couldn't even start it until I had all the fabrics I needed, and I thought, well, that's kind of silly, but at least I'll get it started, so I will have worked on it this month. And that's fair. You're going by the rules.
Okay, and then our J kind of sits on top of the U a bit, and then our dot kind of goes up into our border.
I might use it anyway. I just need a dark blue. And you can see that there's really dark blue.
Okay.
So I think it looks better when it's here than if it's here. Okay, so I need to get 3 2/3 yards. Oh, okay. On that.
And our dot up at the top. It's a little itty bitty guy.
And see this quilt that I need the back for, had that fabric in it. Oh, wow. Okay.
Okay, so then once our dot is placed, I know pretty much where everything is going to be going. Okay, and then I'm going to again remove. So I'm going to take off the N, and the main part of the J, the dot, can stay where he's at. And I'm going to fuse these other pieces in place because they aren't going underneath anything else. Even my little dot I can do. And then we'll stitch these, and then we'll fuse the J and the N back on. And I did the Ultra Soft on the back of this, and now I kind of wish I hadn't. I wish I had done something lighter, because I got a little bit of that puckering going on. Okay, so we're gonna do our U, which means I'm gonna change my thread to a green. And pull up my blanket stitch. So with our 990 here, we are going back to our main folder, or our main stitches, but there's actually a quilting menu on the right. And then from there, it's stitch number 1309. And they come up at 2.3 in width and 2.6 in length. And I'm just gonna leave it at that size. Okay, and we'll just get started here. And then again, really paying attention to where you're at in the sequence to know where to pivot and turn. All right, so there's our U. Gonna go back to our gold really quick and go around the E. And then don't forget to do the inside of your E. Oh my goodness. I don't know what the heck I was just thinking. Wrong direction. Or not direction, but did not place that properly at all. That was silly. Uh-oh. Mom Bob ran out. Of course, now it wants to. I'm doing so good on it. Okay, let me wind a bobbin here really quick.
Have a good day.
You too. All right. Yeah, I got it just then. That puckering there. For me, it's something lighter usually tends to work better. I don't know why I decided to use Ultra Soft this time. Okay. Oh, shoot. Okay. Okay, we'll pick that back up. You know what, Linda? Me too. That's actually how, when I was deciding like what sizes I wanted these decorative stitches to be at, I turned the camera on so I could see what it would look like as I changed my measurements directly on my fabric. It was amazing. All right, so that was the inside of our E. All right, so then we're going to place our N and our J back on and fuse those down. in our preferred spot. Okay, so there's our N and then our J. All right, I'm going to fuse those. All right, so that now those are fused. I'm going to change my color to gray. And we'll do the N. All right, almost done here. All right, and then finally we just need to do our J. And so I'm going to change to this kind of berry color, and then we'll be done here. You'll want to put your backing on, and it's just right sides together, leaving an opening. But I'm pretty sure we should all know how to do that part by now. And this J piece is almost small enough that you can, like, there's something wrong with my bobbin. You could have almost just straight stitched inside some of this part. My bobbin was just fine. stitched though. All right, do that again. All right, go around our little dot and then, oop, get your finger out of the way. This little guy's so small, you almost have to pivot after every bite. All right, so the last thing you could do before you put your backing on, you could do some little antenna here for your bee. In your kit, I did include some, if you are part of those that get the kit, some tiny little buttons. They're in a little baggie, so hopefully you don't lose those, to go on the end of the antennas if you wanted to put those on. But with that, we are going to say goodbye for today. And again, I think Christine might be picking up DDE tomorrow for you guys. And then Wednesday might be the last one for the Christmas mystery. So hopefully you guys have a good rest of your week, and I probably won't see you on live before 4th of July. So I hope you guys have a great weekend, and we'll see you next week. All right. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.